Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the podcast. Today's episode is coronavirus, what to do, things about it, so on and so forth. As always, make sure you go to hectorsalva.com, HECTORSALVA.com, so that you can subscribe to the blog, the newsletter, and get all our latest updates. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher, your favorite podcast app. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and click subscribe. So today's topic is coronavirus. Now, everyone is going absolutely hysterical in a lot of the major countries, a lot of the countries where coronavirus is spreading, and it's spreading at quite a rapid pace. And a bunch of hysteria has started amongst the masses. And this can be a dangerous time when people get hysterical. A number of my followers asked me to make this podcast about coronavirus because of all of the hysteria and the worry that's going on. Right now, if you go to the stores, it's very hard to find water, toilet paper, milk, and bread. And they're talking about social distancing, not traveling, so on and so forth. Well, I'm a little loco. I'm Papa Hector after all. So, of course, we're in the middle of all this. And, of course, as you can expect, I'm here traveling because, hey, you got to do what you got to do. But let's move right into this topic. So, if you haven't already heard, coronavirus, COVID-19 has become really serious. And people are freaking out all over the place. Plans are getting canceled. Flights are super cheap because travel and unnecessary travel is not advised, understandably. And people have been asking me, well, what can I do, Papa? What can I do about this? How to protect myself? So, the first thing I want to note is that stress and fear lower your immune system and make you more likely to contract viruses and illnesses. Getting super stressed out and becoming super fearful of all of this is not going to help you. You want to remain with a sense of calm. Many, many viruses are you exposed to. You're exposed to viruses all the time. Bacteria, all types of germs and illnesses. And in reality, this is no different than any of those other germs and illnesses that you're constantly exposed to. So, getting stressed out, becoming extremely fearful, actually lower your immune system and help to cause you to be more easily able to get sick, make you more open to the illnesses. So my first piece of advice is basically try not to worry yourself too much and take the proper precautions. If you haven't already heard, those include making sure that you wash your hands and you keep your hands, don't touch your face, don't touch your eyes. Keep your hands away from the mucous membranes that exist on your body. So make sure that when you wash your hands, this is something that, by those of you who don't know enough of me, don't know that at one time I was a nursing aide. So one of the things is that when you wash your hands, make sure that you're washing your hands for at least 20 to 30 seconds with warm soap and water, rubbing really, really vigorously, making sure that you get in between everything and underneath your nails. when you finish washing your hands, make sure that you dry your hands with a paper towel, and make sure that you get another dry paper towel to help you to use it to close the tap water, to turn the water off, as well as to open the doors. Lots of people are using tons of hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer, you're going to want to keep this on deck. Keep some rubbing alcohol on deck if you can, or some hydrogen peroxide. These things, from what I understand, are becoming very, very difficult to get a hold of. Any type of hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol, and as is usual during this time, any time of such things, there are people taking huge advantages of the situation and basically not charging right. They're charging like crazy amounts of money, $50 for a small thing of hand sanitizer, $25 for a small thing of hand sanitizer. If you can't afford it, don't worry, wash your hands. There was a time when hand sanitizer did not exist. So go ahead and wash your hands, even if you need to wash your hands more frequently. So wash your hands extensively. The second thing that I want to give you as a piece of advice is that spiritual meditations of the right type can really help you to basically lower your stress and anxiety. These are very stressful, anxious times with everything that's going on. So if you don't know how to meditate, you may want to begin to look into that direction and start a meditation practice. Starting a meditation practice is proven to help lower stress, anxiety, boost the immune system, strengthen your resolve, bring you peace of mind. There are some meditations that are definitely more valuable, more helpful than others. If you don't have a meditation practice, we have a special meditation that you can write to us for at help@mysticalwork.com or help@lifeawakeningcenter.com, and we do have a meditation that's available for purchase that you can use daily to begin to entrain that meditation so that it can bring down those stress levels, bring you clarity, peace, and strengthen and boost your immune system. Those of you who have worked with me also know certain fire practices of working with fire that is going to help burn away any viruses and impurities that may come into your system. I suggest working with these fire practices. So that's the second thing. The third thing that you can do is to start getting in touch and in tune with the divine, turning towards your spirituality. In fact, all the fear is caused by a lack of connection with the divine. Personally, I'm not scared. Personally, I'm not shook. Why? Because I don't believe in God. I know God. I've experienced God. And therefore, fear dissipates and disappears. Those who believe in God fear. Those who believe in God don't know God and therefore have reason to be afraid. So start making a real connection with the divine. There's been various podcasts that I've made about God, connecting with the divine, walking the path, etc., etc. You may want to go back and either listen to those or re-listen to those to help you get started. Definitely turning towards your spirituality is going to give you, and towards the divine, a level of strength. If you don't know how to connect with your guardian angel, this is another area that's going to help you immensely. Connecting with your guardian angel with a simple glass of water and a white candle. Starting to make prayer. Start praying and connecting with the divine. Something is better than nothing. Prayer is going to help to give you strength, inner strength, strength of your spirit, strength in who you are, and trust. So starting to connect yourself spiritually, getting in connection with your guardian angel, prayer, connecting with the divine, and meditation are all spiritual techniques that are going to help you basically strengthen your immune system, strengthen yourself, and be able to help you deal with this time that's become very hysterical. When hysteria and chaos strikes amongst the people basically, they start acting crazy as hell. And they stop worrying about everybody else, and they start just like going mad. And you need to be really careful and be very aware of your surroundings, protecting your safety, because people can go really, really mad. Now, something I want to note about coronavirus, that I read an article that said that the coronavirus, another strain, the original strain, was actually found in 2013. I just want to give you guys something to think about here. And it was only one solo case. They cured the individual and resolved it. And then coronavirus was like gone. It didn't exist. It wasn't nowhere to be found for 7 years. So where was this coronavirus, and why did it suddenly come out? Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't really believe in much conspiracy, as I just generally don't believe that people know how to work together well enough to conspire on a global level. But it does happen, and there's been proven conspiracies that have happened over time. But what I find interesting is that for 7 years, no one had coronavirus. There was no coronavirus anywhere. And then 7 years later, miraculously, a new strain, a more resistant strain, is all of a sudden out and about in the air. So interesting, wouldn't you say? However, what I think is very simple, that it was released on purpose. It was released on purpose. It was let go of on purpose. If you're not aware, there are many governments that have become obsessed with population control, and population control through biological warfare amongst the people, on their own people. This is the thing that I keep telling you guys all the time, over and over. These government people ain't no damn good. They ain't no damn good. They ain't no damn good. You know, I actually regularly joke around with my godchildren about how I'm going to put in a bid for 2020 presidential candidate, because part of the biggest problem with these governments is that they're here to serve the public, or so that's what they were appointed to do. But these people are not public servants. And I always tell my godchildren that if I became president, I would immediately take tons of money out of the pockets of these supposed governing people and make it so that, hey, you can't live above the means of your own constituents. In other words, you can't have a senator making $200,000 a year, but then the people within his own state, the people that he represents, like the median income is only $35K. The median income is only $35,000. I believe that the servants of the public need to live at the same standards as those people which they serve. It's the only way to make them feel what their people feel. A public servant, such as the governments, are not supposed to have minds of their own, emotions or thoughts of their own. Their mind should be the mind of their people. Their hearts should be the heart of the people. The people should come first and the government after. These governments have built themselves up to control, dominate, and kill off the people. This is a constant problem. Look at all the police brutality. Why is it that these cops, these police, are constantly abusing their powers? It's because too much power has been given to them. The world would be good with less government. Government is not as necessary as many people think. In reality, humanity existed for a long time without all these laws and governing agencies and paid politicians in order to control people. And we did just fine. So that's a little side note. Anyway, going back to the coronavirus, this stuff has very likely been released by one of these governments on purpose to get rid of people. That's really just the truth. Okay? And I'm not really, like I said, into whole conspiracy things, but it doesn't make sense that you have strain A that's curable, nothing to be heard of it again, and then 7 years later now you have a more incurable, durable strain that comes out and just randomized and it's just released. No. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No sense whatsoever. However, now we are dealing with it. We're here now. People are dealing with this. And if you've lost someone because of coronavirus, my condolences and my prayers, my heart goes out to you. And if you've dealt with coronavirus, my heart goes out to you. I understand that this is not an easy situation, and it's very unlikely that it has been easy on you. We hope that and pray that you improve and that you get better quicker and quicker, stronger and stronger each and every day. But if you're trying to prevent and keep yourself safe from coronavirus, really, it's like many other illnesses. Okay? Strengthen your immune system. A healthy lifestyle helps this. Eating healthily, giving your body the vitamins and nutrition that it needs in order to have strength is important. Meditation, relaxation, getting rid of stress and fear is important. Treating your body well is very important, and getting good air and exercise is important. Aside from this, make sure that you wash your hands and keep your hands away from the mucous membranes, such as your eyes, your mouth, your nose, your ears, and make sure that you're washing your hands for at least 30 seconds up through the wrist, okay? Rubbing vigorously, completely drying your hands before you touch anything else, such as door handles or even the water faucet to turn it off. Make sure that you're doing all that, okay? Thirdly, connect with the divine. Connect with God, connect with the divine. Start a prayer practice to give yourself strength. 4, connect with your guardian angel. If you don't know how to do that, reach out. Connect with your guardian angel. Start connecting for real, right? 5, start a proper meditation practice with meditations that are strengthening your immune system, helping you to relax and de-stress. 6, a little bonus. They say that burning sage smudge sticks helps to kill 99% or 98% of airborne viruses and bacteria. Now, I read this on a science article, a scientific research article. So purifying the air, getting air purifiers or using some type of air purifier in your home, including but not limited to smoking your house out with sage, should help to clean and keep the air clean. Aside from that, try to keep, they say social distancing. So they say try to keep 6 feet away from others and try to keep some distance. Reduce the shaking of hands and hugging and all of these things. It's very, very sad. This is a sad situation because basically people are already so socially distant already due to the internet and social media and everything else. People are already socially distant from each other, and this is just going to make things that much worse. So unfortunately, however, this is one of the recommendations at this time until this thing kind of gets under control, if it ever does. Pray to God that basically this situation does come under control and is able to be dealt with and gotten rid of, just like the many other things that have been gotten rid of over the many, many, many years and centuries of humanity. So I hope that this podcast has helped you in some type of way. And I would like to hear your thoughts and your feelings about everything that's going on in the comments, or leave me a message here on Anchor or in the comments in my blog. I really love to hear everything that you have to think and say. Be careful, protect yourself. God bless you, and I'm wishing all of you the very best. Keep the faith. Until next time. Hey, and make sure that you hit subscribe either on iTunes, Google Podcasts, and check us out at HectorSalva.com. So many blessings. Until next time, keep the faith.